Good morning, everybody, and thank you very much for coming out today. Minister Hutchings, glad to have you here with us today. Fellow ministers, MHAs, Mr. Yukovich with the Canadian Restaurant Foodservice Association, and Miss O'Reilly is in the room, I think. She's also a representative for the Canadian Restaurant Foodservice Association. Miss Brace with the Newfoundland and Labrador Restaurant Foodservice Association, and ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming out today. I'm pleased to welcome you here today as we announce a new tool in openness and transparency, a website resource designed to provide the public with access to restaurant inspection reports. Service Newfoundland and Labrador environmental health officers, through an agreement with the Department of Health and Community Services, inspects thousands of food establishments each year. These inspections are designed to ensure that these restaurants are complying with the legislation and are safe and sanitary for the general public. Previously, the general public had the ability to contact a government service centre in their area to request a copy of an inspection report. These were generally available within 3 to 5 business days. But today, we are launching a service which puts these reports at the fingertips of the people of the province and just a click away at all times. These new online resources will allow information from inspection reports for restaurants and takeouts to be made available online in a PDF format and accessible from any computer 24 hours a day. The site is subdivided and offers both alphabetical and regional listings. Reports will generally be posted by our inspectors on a monthly basis. The new online tool captures inspections from April 1st, 2012 onwards, and an inspection history of several years will be maintained online as we move forward. Older inspection reports will continue to be available in paper copy from our Government Service Centre. Our government is committed to proactively delivering information to the people of the province, and this new resource is just one such example of this. This proactive resource simplifies transactions both for government and the public, thereby reducing red tape. The general public has the right to know that the establishment in which they choose to dine is complying with all food safety standards. Through this tool, we are giving people the choice to review inspection information at their leisure. I'd like to acknowledge the work of the former Minister of Service, Newfoundland and Labrador, Minister Davis, who spearheaded this project some months ago. Without his initial efforts, we would not be here today making this announcement. Without further ado, I'd like to turn the proceedings over to a demonstration of the website itself. First, we'll begin by showing you the navigation from Service Newfoundland and Labrador's homepage into the restaurant inspection page. Here you will find a preamble which describes our inspection regime and how the site works. This is supplemented by a PDF which outlines additional information on restaurant inspection processes. Next, we will review some of the options for searching for a restaurant, either alphabetically or geographically. Finally, let's get more specific with some examples. Firstly, we'll look at a sample listing for an establishment which has not yet had an inspection. Secondly, we'll look at 2 PDFs which include non-critical hazards. Non-critical items, I should mention, a non-critical item is something that they would be given a certain amount of time to fix the non-critical item. And that could range from a day to maybe 7 days. Thirdly, we'll look at 2 PDFs which show critical hazards. And I'll note that with a critical hazard, normally a critical hazard would have to be fixed while the inspector is actually in the establishment. It would have to be fixed immediately. This concludes the demonstration. I'd like now to welcome Minister Hutchings to give us a sense of how this project fits in with the mandate of the new Office of Public Engagement. Minister
Thank
Hutchings.
you. Good afternoon, everybody. Certainly a pleasure to be here today to join Minister McGrath and industry representatives in today's announcement. Last month, Premier Dunderdale launched the Office of Public Engagement within Executive Council, which includes the Rural Secretariat, the Voluntary and Non-Profit Secretariat, the Strategic Partnership, and the Access to Information and Protection of Privacy Office. This new office is bringing together areas of the provincial government that will continue to engage the people of the province. We are leveraging their respective strengths in a focused, meaningful fashion to ensure that we connect with Newfoundlanders and Labradorians in the best possible way. The mandate of the Office of Public Engagement will ensure every department can launch effective, targeted, and interactive public consultation. This new office emphasises the weight that we place on acquiring feedback directly from Newfoundlanders and Labradorians on policy programs or other related initiatives. The office will also build on the existing strengths of current functions and coordinate the efforts of departments to increase access to information resources. As part of John Cummings' review of the Access to Information and Protection of Privacy Act, it was recommended that every department have a policy on routine disclosure, which should include the disclosure of documents that are commonly requested and do not contain sensitive information. The new office reflects the weight that we placed on Mr. Cummings' report, and we will be working with departments to proactively identify information that is commonly requested and deemed routine in nature and make it publicly available. It is a clear demonstration of our commitment to an open, accountable, and transparent government, which includes proactive disclosure of information to the people of Newfoundland and Labrador. Today's announcement is a great example of how the provincial government is committed to working proactively to disclose information that is commonly requested. The Department of Health and Community Service decision earlier this week to adopt a requirement to make annual reports of health profession regulatory bodies will enhance the transparency and accountability of health professions and further reflects our commitment to increasing the accessibility of information. It will enhance the public's knowledge of the work of health professional regulatory bodies. Posting information of this nature, as well as restaurant inspection reports, is all about making access easier, and these new web resources will do just that. Posting that information online is one option, but that will be an evolving process. There could be other vehicles to share that information, and we are committed to exploring various options. As the Minister responsible for the Office of Public Engagement, I have directed officials of the ATIP office to continue to seek means to identify other opportunities for routine disclosure. As well, I have written my Cabinet colleagues and asked for suggestions of what additional information that they may be able to routinely disclose within their departments. As I conclude, I want to congratulate Minister McGrath and his department's official for working with industry to develop a process where there is greater accessibility to important information. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister Hutchings. And I think it's very important that during the consultation process with this that we went out to industry to get their input. And Lou is here with me and Nancy representing the food service associations from the Canadian Food Service Association as well as the Newfoundland and Labrador Food Service Association. We also met with Hospitality Newfoundland and Labrador, who deals with and is the advocate for quite a few of the industry associations throughout the province, and having them proactively on side with us for this, of course, is very important. So, Lou, I'd like to turn the microphone over to you if you would like to have a few words.
Yes, thank you, Minister. Good morning. My name is Luke Erjavec. I'm Vice President, Atlantic Canada for the Canadian Restaurant and Food Services Association, and I'm here to support this initiative. Food safety is a top priority for the restaurant industry, and this initiative is one important part of a comprehensive food safety program that will ensure our customers enjoy a safe, worry-free restaurant experience. There are approximately 18 million restaurant visits a day in Canada, and we here in Newfoundland and Canada as a whole, have some of the best food safety practices in the world. Posting results of the restaurant inspection reports gives the public a quick, unfiltered snapshot into the business at a particular instant in time. To some customers, this is very important. That being said, the regulatory regime in place, the strong working relationship with the government and the industry, the customers in Newfoundland can be assured that food safety is a priority, and restaurants have a comprehensive food safety program 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The Newfoundland restaurant industry is a vital part of the economic and social fabric of this province, and we are really the centerpiece of many communities. This initiative announced today will be another important step to further enhance the confidence customers have in this important industry. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lou. Nancy, I'd like for you to have a few words, please.
RANL, the Restaurant Association of Newfoundland and Labrador, is delighted to be here to participate and support all stakeholders representing the food service industry in this proactive service. The restaurant industry continues to strive to enhance the dining experience for patrons, and our support of this initiative is another opportunity to inform the customer that we are committed to achieving best practices on the operational side of food service. While these inspection reports were always available to the public for the asking, the convenience of this online service means consumers can now more easily view the current status of an establishment as well as its history and feel confident when making dining choices. This online service is another cooperative effort of industry and government to help ensure superior operating standards and a commitment to a high-quality restaurant experience that meets and even exceeds public expectations. This open-door policy on what is happening behind the kitchen doors in our province's restaurants will assist in the evolution of the Newfoundland Labrador dining experience and to further establish our province as a true destination for culinary excellence. Consumers can use this tool to educate themselves also about the hard work that goes into our efforts to serve the public. Just as restaurants work to maintain high standards by immediately addressing any deficiencies identified in inspection reports, it is also critically important that website accuracy be maintained and enacted solutions to recommended remedies updated. This timely website maintenance will serve to give an honest indicator of problems and solutions to the public. We are passionate about our industry, and we applaud and support any initiative such as this that helps us improve and grow.
Thank you very much, Nancy. And as a former restaurant owner, I guess I owned restaurants for 35 years. As a former restaurant owner, I'm very pleased to see this becoming public as it was and much more accessible. And I think this is a tool that will be used by the general public to enhance restaurant activity throughout the province. It hopefully will be used as a tool where people will say, I'll use this now as to decide where I'm going to go to eat. One of the practices that I had in my restaurants when I owned my own restaurants was that my inspection slip was always posted publicly in the front of my restaurant, and I found that was a good tool. So now this is something that all inspection slips are public and readily available at the touch of a button. So I'm very pleased to see this actually online now as we speak. This is an active website as we speak. So I thank you all for coming out this afternoon. This is a good news story for the restaurants within our province, and hopefully this is the beginning of something much bigger to come. Thank you very much for joining us.